What's up, guys? It's another episode of the Pin Hype Podcast presented by Golficity. We have an awesome show for you guys. We're going to be recapping our break and some golf we played this past week. We're going to talk about some President's Cup news. Our DFS picks for the Hero World Challenge are back this Wednesday. And, of course, we're going to cap it off with our Par 3 segment. Let's do it. So we're back for our 5th episode. I'm joined here, obviously, by Trevor.
What's up?
And Greg.
Hey, what's going on?
We just got back from Thanksgiving break. I know in Cuse it's already like freezing again and snowing, so no snow here once again. I'm literally wearing a blanket underneath the table because our heat doesn't work. Played some golf over break, though, because it was actually like pretty good weather. It was like 50s, 60. Played at Silvermine. Unfortunately, Trevor did not get in to play with us with the torn meniscus. But we also met up with the Golficity guys at Z-Strict in Stamford, Connecticut at Chelsea Piers. It's a pretty cool place.
Yeah, that place looked real nice. Had a bunch of like when you walk in, there's like a bunch of simulators and there's like a bar in the back. And like obviously the Golficity guys are in like a VIP room with like a simulator and like a table and shit.
Can we talk about how cool that sliding door was to the VIP room?
Yeah,
it's
right.
Like wooden and like yeah, like the waitress or whatever she was, like the bartender, like walked us back to like the room. We walked past all these guys like in like golf clothes, like actually like
that's the thing.
That was the funniest part. Like everyone was like, wearing like actual golf clothes.
Yeah, we were inside, and I saw one guy. He's wearing like his full pink like golf outfit. Like he had the pink hat and the pink shirt, like the Titleist hat, the like nice FootJoy shirt or whatever. And he had like the full pants. He was wearing his golf shoes. We were inside at a golf simulator. Like no need to try that hard.
I mean,
it wasn't even that cold outside either. You could probably found a way to play like golf outside somewhere too, like at some place.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like such a beast walking in there, just coming up straight to the bartender and being like, "Yeah, so where's the VIP room?" I just owned the place.
Exactly, and they just like walk us right past everyone. And we walked in. They had drinks, and they're in the middle. They're playing the round at like St. Andrews. I'm pretty sure.
Like, yeah, they were playing. Yeah, I think they were playing cool. St. Andrews. That was like the simulator. Like. Is on like this board that has 3 or 4 different lies. Obviously, like there's like a fairway, a rough, and there's a bunker too, where you can like dig it into like this material and like simulate like a bunker shot.
Mm-hmm.
And it like moves.
Depending on your lie, like it moves up and down, like to put you at an uphill lie or like a downhill lie,
side hill lie, everything. It was really cool.
Yeah. The only flaw I saw was like putting looked a little weird, but other than that, like.
I don't understand simulator putting.
No,
I don't think anyone's perfected it.
You never know how hard to hit it, because like you could hit like soft and it'll go like 5, like you're right next to the hole and it'll go 5 feet past.
Yeah, well your depth perception is just completely off.
Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of it's weird.
It's very hit or miss. I don't know.
That was definitely the coolest simulator place I've like seen. Yeah, like I haven't seen any simulators better than that.
That place was cool.
Yeah, so if you guys want to go check out, they probably have a video. They do a video up probably of on their website.
Of Z-Strict, yeah. So it's like Z-Strict, Chelsea Piers in Stamford, Connecticut. There's probably a lot of New England golfers who are listening, I would assume. So yeah, you should check Z-Strict out. But yeah, we also played a skins match. Trevor's not there, unfortunately, but
I would have won, but
probably.
Well, the other Trevor actually won.
I heard he played really well.
He actually did play pretty insane.
I mean, we played at like the short course though.
Still,
well, yeah.
So that's like that course is like funky.
That course, I don't play well at that course.
It's stupid, but
for reference, we were playing at Silvermine Country Club. Where else? In Wilton, Connecticut, right?
Norwalk,
Norwalk, Connecticut.
Yeah, I think Norwalk is the address.
And it was like beautiful, like 58-degree day. and like so sunny, and like it was honestly getting hot out there. And obviously we couldn't get on to like the regular course until like the end. We just kind of like hopped on, but we played the short, like not par 3, but like 9-hole course. And Trevor cleaned us up pretty easily in that match.
I'm more of like I like longer holes, so like no par 5s. I couldn't really stripe my driver, so I used my driver like once on that course.
You don't really need to use, like, you can use like any.
You don't have to use it either.
You can hit like 8 on alpha tee every single time. Yeah, a couple holes.
2?
Not really.
There's like that one hole where there's like a tree in the middle. I think it's the last one. The last one has like a little tree in the middle.
Oh, yeah,
so every time you hit it, every time you hit the ball, you just like hit it up into the tree, and you're like, well,
not
it's
me,
right in the middle.
I hit it high.
Over the tree, yeah.
High cut.
I was experimenting with like flop shots and stuff. Like, actually, it was pretty successful with them. But
he does this thing where he will. Well, to be fair, you actually landed it well, so you couldn't use that as an excuse if you bladed it. But like, you tried to do a flop shot, and if you miss, you're like, yeah, I lost that hole just because I was like fucking around doing a flop shot.
Exactly.
Always got the excuse at hand.
I think I could actually hit the flop shot like pretty well like a lot of the time, but I have like no confidence in it. Like I know there's not a lot of situations where you like need to use it anyway, and I just rather hit like a normal like wedge, but I could totally hit a flop shot like not bad at all.
I was experimenting with like opening up my club face a little bit, and I was actually chipping pretty well. But granted, I only have like a 55-degree wedge. So
yes, that would help in some situations.
I need to upgrade at some point. I mean, I've been winning so much money recently that I should probably upgrade my woman's wedge, which you'll see in the video that we have coming out.
Your woman's wedge is the funniest thing ever.
Oh, hey. So in the video, just a little spoiler, I bend the club in front of the camera, and I get kind of like shit on by Greg and Trevor, but I put it like 5 feet next to the hole. So
that club is so light. It's the lightest club I've ever like seen. It's like you're just hitting like a pencil.
I'm gonna keep it in the bag when I get a new wedge.
Of course you are.
It's so money from like 40 yards.
What's the story behind that? Where did you find that club?
Is that your full distance?
I used to belong to Reading Country Club in Reading, Connecticut for like a summer. Did like the summer preview, and I think like the very last round I played there before our like preview was up and like we couldn't play there anymore, I like picked up this sand wedge, 55-degree woman's sand wedge on the course, and I put it in my bag. I was gonna give it to the pro shop before I left, but I forgot that it was in my bag and just like never forgot. I'm not going. I haven't been back to Reading Country Club since. So
did you really forget, or did you
No, I mean, why would I want? In the moment, why would I want a woman's wedge? Like,
did you know it was a woman's wedge at the moment? In the moment?
Yeah,
it's like purple.
It's
okay.
Purple.
Yes.
It's not purple. It has a little bit of a like purple on the shaft. It's not like a kitty, like.
Okay.
Club.
Okay.
But I still love it.
Favorite club in the bag? ?
It's up there. It's so money. The flexibility on it, like. You don't know until you've used a flexible wedge that how nice it is sometimes around the green.
It goes like, yeah. The only problem is it'll go like if you do a full swing, you have no idea where that club's going.
Oh
that
no,
ball's going. Absolutely no idea.
I usually hit that like 60 yards and in, and like I thinned it once, and I swear I hit it like 140 yards.
Yeah, because like the whiplash too, it just goes forever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna snap that thing once. I'm like sure of it. That's gonna be the end.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna like chunk it on like a cold day, and it's just gonna because it's way too flexible. It's not. I would have to do a stiff one. That thing could literally like bend around like a fucking tree.
I guess. I love that's one of your favorite clubs.
Yes, it definitely. But moving on to some PGA Tour news. I know we're our amateur golf is not too fun to listen to, but Jason Day withdraws from the President's Cup. We have Byung Han An is his replacement.
You
want to tell us about him, Jeek?
Well, first of all, let's get Jason Day a fusion surgery.
Transfusion.
And a transfusion.
He might do one of those too. Yeah.
Both. Get him a fusion. Maybe he'll come back and win the Masters or something.
I mean, possibly. Well, how many majors does he have?
One.
Jason
Just
Day.
the PGA that one time.
The PGA.
Yeah.
That was after he had like vertigo in the U.S. Open at Chambers Bay too. I was rooting for him so hard. He's one of like the fan favorites on tour though. I feel like.
No, he's a great guy. His story is insane. He was like he was like an alcoholic at like age 14.
Oh Jesus, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Wow.
I
could have that wrong, to be honest. I think he was
alcoholic at age 14.
I'm pretty sure he was.
We might have to start like an errors segment.
Yeah. I mean,
we're going to like a PTI errors segment at the end.
We can
stay tuned for that.
We can fact check that, but I'm pretty sure he had some issues before, and then he got like sent off to some like golf school, and then he became Jason Day.
He made his caddy through that school. I'm pretty sure. His old caddy, not Stevie Williams right now, but his old caddy was caddying like for like years and years for him. He met him like through his like school and like was like stuck with him for a long, long time. I forgot his name. Shoot, I'll look him up.
Yeah. Anyway, Ben On is replacing him. I think that's how you.
Yeah. How do you pronounce his name?
Beyond.
Hey, I'm pretty sure like some people just call him Ben On. Like I'm not sure, but like
don't dock me for not knowing how to pronounce
Ben On.
it.
That's like we're gonna go by Ben On.
I apologize in advance.
Pretty much, he is 28 years old from Seoul, South Korea. He has not won on the PGA Tour. I think he has like 3 victories elsewhere. Last year, like 2019 stats, number 1 strokes gained around the greens, number 15 in driving distance, and number 7 in strokes gained tee to green. So like pretty solid stats.
Yeah,
even though
pretty solid. Maybe we'll pick. If there's President's Cup DFS, maybe we'll pick him.
I mean, I'm not sure how that's gonna work out, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be rooting for somebody on the other team though. So
that's true.
But if you're in the business of winning money,
I mean,
you do it. You don't bet with your heart.
Speaking of rooting for people on the other team, Adam Scott was like telling the Australian crowds that they shouldn't cheer for Tiger at the President's Cup.
I think this makes sense, but like people are still gonna cheer for Tiger. Like they'll go crazy for Tiger.
The guy,
like who can't? Who won't?
First of all, the crowd is just simply not going to be all Australians and people.
That's true.
It's going to be a ton of Americans. So I don't know what.
This is not the Ryder Cup. This is not going to be as heated or as crazy as the Ryder Cup.
Can they not make noise? Like the fans at the President's Cup.
It's always like you make noise, but then like when they're like lining up to hit, like I don't think you.
Like regular. But like they're not as crazy as like the European fans or like the U.S. fans are to European players.
Gotcha. You think about like the European fans as like a soccer atmosphere.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. They're doing like the Viking, like the thunderclap kind of thing, like at the Ryder Cup a couple years ago.
Have like chants and stuff.
Yeah, the chants and I mean, it's one of the best events in sports, but the President's Cup is not quite there yet. I don't think so.
I mean, it's just not as heated, but like it's still a cool event, and
people still get fired up. It's really fun to watch.
I'm not really sure how like watching it's gonna be because they're like 14 hours ahead. So
I don't know what the timing's gonna be.
Gonna be a little weird.
I'm gonna find every way to watch. Maybe we should fly out to Australia.
I wish.
At Golf City, guess pass.
How much is a flight to Australia?
Probably quite a bit. I should ask. My sister's just studying abroad in Australia. I probably should ask like how much it costs.
I mean,
like a couple flights. You have to fly for us being on the East Coast. You have to fly to LA first, and then you have to fly to like Singapore and then Australia or something like that. Like weird flights.
We'll room with Greg's sister in Australia and go.
She's back already. She's back.
That's true. I forgot about that.
We are like somewhat trying to plan a golf trip right now, last second for like next week, so I'm just using this for reference. A flight to Orlando is like $130, and that's like 3-hour flight, so I'd imagine 27-hour flight costs like a ton. Anyway, we're not going to Melbourne.
Unless somebody sends us there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody can sit in all my classes and like take my finals for me.
If someone wants to send us there, they can come on the pod whenever they want to. Just saying.
Yes. Yep. Just say whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can have a segment just for yourself.
You can have your own segment for the rest of the
3-minute segment every single podcast for the rest of eternity.
You have
whatever you want.
Rights to naming rights to the segment.
What'd you say?
You have naming rights to the segment, so you can name it whatever you want.
Yes, the Motor City
Minute. The Motor City Minute.
Yeah.
Why is it Motor City?
I don't know.
Maybe we got somebody in Detroit like going for us. I don't know.
Be the Windy City. I don't know.
The Motor City Chipotle Bowl. Oh, Chipotle Bowl. There you go.
That should be why is that not a bowl game?
No free ads. But
honestly, it could be a bowl game for all we know.
There's
so many random bowl games.
That is the perfect bowl game.
Also, if any of you guys are going to the Pinstripe Bowl, we'll be there.
Yeah, true. Meet up with us there. Except, moving on, we got
for the Chipotle
European Tour news. Pablo Larrazábal. I was told that's you pronounce it with the th.
The Spanish pronunciation.
Wins despite having a blister on his foot on the last round. Pretty sure he was quoted saying that he just like woke up that morning of the last round and just didn't think he was going to be able to play.
And he credits Tiger with his win, saying if Tiger can win with a broken leg, what's a blister?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
He honestly didn't even play that well in the last round. I think he was +3 in the last round.
He shot 41 on the front. 6 over on the front.
He had a couple birdies at the end that
got
him the dub.
Yeah.
Background on him, so we did our research. He's played in the US Open once. He's played in the PGA Championship 7 times.
Yep.
British Open 7 times, and he's won 5 times on the European Tour. Hasn't won on the PGA Tour.
He's made the cut at the Open 3 times and the PGA once. And that's
not bad.
No, he hasn't made the Masters. I mean, this is back in he made the cut in 2011 Open, 2012 Open, but still making those cuts in those that's a pretty big deal. That's pretty good money for a guy like that.
Yeah, and how about that photo? The photo of him with his foot on top of the trophy. That's like an all-time photo.
That is an all-time photo.
He has his foot all taped up. And
I would say I couldn't tell what it was. I couldn't tell if it was bandages or tape or something like that, but I guess tape makes more sense.
Literally an all-time photo. I love
that's a great photo. He's just standing on the trophy. That's great. Moving on back to the PGA Tour. We have the Hero World Challenge this week starting on Wednesday. It's at Albany Golf Club in the Bahamas. It starts Wednesday and it goes through Saturday because players need to help. They need help traveling to the President's Cup. So I feel like this tournament's always just a little wacky like that.
Oh no, it is. It's only
a Wednesday. There's
20-man field.
20-man field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird. And DJ Dustin Johnson withdrew from it. He said on Twitter, after a lot of careful thought and consultation, I've decided that is my best interest. If I withdraw from next week's Hero Challenge, blah, 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 stuff about his knee surgery. He's still playing in the President's Cup, but guess who's taking his spot?
Our guy.
Wait. Take 5 seconds. Take 5 seconds to think about who it is. It's Chez Reavie. Our guy.
Chez Reavie.
Who else? Imagine he wins this thing. How funny that would be.
I mean,
at that point, he has to come on the pod. At that point,
he hasn't responded to our DM.
We're still working on it. We're working on it.
Let's see if he's read it. I feel like
highly doubtful.
No, he doesn't seem like a guy that really checks his DMs much.
No, or goes on Instagram that much. In general, maybe we'll follow on Twitter. Find him on Twitter. We'll get back to you guys.
Not gonna lie, I'm looking at this field right now. I don't think there's a single player that's playing on the like the world side in the President's Cup. So, and like almost all the players that are playing for the U.S. side are playing this week.
Yeah, isn't like the purse like huge though? Isn't that why? Pretty much.
I guess, but like I'm just saying, is that an advantage for the U.S. or an advantage for the world?
It could be advantage, but also could be advantage for the world because they don't have to deal with like the jet lag or anything like that going to.
They probably go early.
Yeah, they probably go like they're probably. I bet a lot of the players are there like right now, like playing at the Royal Melbourne where they're playing at.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only two non-American guys are Justin Rose and John Rahm. So it's pretty much all.
And Henrik Stenson too.
Stenson, yes, my bad. But yeah, I mean 20 person field. Do you remember in 2017 when Tiger came back?
I do.
And
I watched that full round.
I watched his first full round was at the Hero World Challenge, and I was literally like in class. I was watching, like, I bet everyone was too. In class was watching like Tiger, like that was the cool, like everyone was like, oh, Tiger's back.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I put a bet on whether Tiger was gonna hit his first fairway.
I think he did. I think he striped it. I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was good. It just like trickled into the rough, and I remember me and my roommate were just like going crazy.
First fairway.
Fairway.
I like whenever I watch like these tournaments that are like in the Bahamas, I'm like, why am I not like living in the Bahamas right now?
Yeah,
it's always so nice.
Yeah, the course and like even when they're playing like the Caribbean or something like that, like those courses look so much fun. And like when Jordan Spieth, like the spring break guys would go on spring break and like those posters like videos of them, like they're playing like swimsuits,
barefoot.
Yeah, that's the life right there.
The spring break crew lives the life. How's Smiley Kaufman doing?
No idea. No idea.
I think he still has his tour card though.
Probably. He always gets
maybe it's on
PGA, like the Instagram account PGA memes like always has something about Smiley.
No, yeah. They always talk about Smiley. I think Smiley follows them too.
Yeah, I know. I think he does.
Which is kind of funny.
He played the Bermuda and another tournament earlier this year and he got cut at both tournaments.
Also, just like speaking about nice weather, didn't the European Tour like let the players wear shorts last week?
They did, yes. Because
it was
super. It was like 106 degrees at the tournament there, and Ernie Els, which was the host, I think, said you can like it's common sense to wear shorts.
I can't imagine Tiger on like
the I can't.
hole of like a tournament just banging in a putt from 30 feet and
just wearing shorts,
pumping, and then you see like his calf flexing.
Dude, I feel like if shorts were to like come to the PGA Tour, like Phil Mickelson would win like 3 majors just cause.
Okay, wait.
He'd come back.
I'm pretty sure that Tiger putt on 17 at TPC Sawgrass from his like amateur tournament where he has on the straw hat and the chain.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's wearing shorts in that.
Yeah, no, well that was the U.S. Amateur. You can wear shorts in that. Yeah, which is like any amateur tournament you can wear like shorts in.
I would love to see Tiger Woods on Halloween dress up as that Tiger Woods.
Old Tiger Woods, like young Tiger Woods.
Straw hat looks. He was like pretty sure he was like 16 like when he won that too.
Oh yeah, he has like one of the best amateur careers ever.
Yeah, like probably the best amateur career ever.
Possibly.
Yeah, but yeah. Imagine like or even like any Halloween costume, like just wearing that would be so like that'd be the funniest thing ever.
I feel like, that's honestly I gotta pinpoint that or put a pin in that for next year.
Get a straw.
Everybody would be like, who are you? And you'll be like,
I'd be like,
I'm a amateur Tiger Woods and the nerd.
No, all I have to do is like get like a red shirt, black shorts, a straw hat, and put the Tiger Woods logo on the straw hat, and then you're set. or even like on like the shirt or something like that. That'd be perfect.
That'd be funny if they had a Tiger Woods hat on that.
Yeah, just like
I'm surprised they haven't done a Friday Beers video to that like clip.
What it's Friday or whatever, and like
yeah,
that would be kind of funny. You should
they've done it to that shot where Tiger's ball, like was it a chip or a putt? I forget. It's a chip, and like it teeters on the edge
at the Masters,
and it goes in the hole. Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly,
the iconic
social media idea. We should just start making a Friday beers clip for every Friday, like with golf.
Yeah, we gotta ramp up. We're gonna be ramping up our social media soon. Be posting a lot more. I feel like we're getting a lot of followers. We went from like 79 to over 100 in one day, which little steps. But
thanks for the shout out.
Although I checked today and we went down to 99. So
we haven't posted anything since. Whoops.
Like once school dies down for us, we're getting like the grind and finals week. Once we'll be updating it a little more.
The social media we'll be posting. We'll be posting a lot during the President's Cup for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And we also have somewhat of a course vlog type thing coming on soon. Whenever
I'm not sure how that's gonna churn out. We'll see.
I think it'll turn out well. We have some solid footage to go with.
There's a lot of stuff to cut.
Yeah.
For background, we played a hole, right? And we never finished the hole because there was somebody behind us, and you guys were like too afraid to like.
It wasn't me.
It was
Trevor.
I guess whatever. They're too afraid to like finish the hole. And we like stopped filming, and I just didn't play the hole.
Well, no. I got onto the green, and then Trevor, there was people on the tee box. It's a par 4. They're not going to drive the green, even though it is kind of a drivable par 4.
Short par 4 probably.
How many times have you drove that green? Not Trevor, I know you have, but Jeek.
Like once or twice maybe.
Which hole was it?
I don't really pull driver on that hole because like it's so much better to just like hit it in the fairway.
Which hole was it?
The one where you cross the street. I think it's 7.
I'm sorry. Let me get these words processed. You said it's better to hit it on the fairway than the green.
Well, no, but like when you're pulling, so it's a
no.
You know what I mean, right? If I pull driver,
yeah, it's more risky. Yeah,
it's risky. But like if I pull not driver and hit it in the fairway, it's like okay, that's a birdie hole.
Actually, not that bad. Like I feel like at courses, just in general, like I feel like we always talk about Silvermine Golf Course, but we can relate this to any golf course that are just like very open, and there's like fairways on the left and right. Like on that hole, I sliced a ball into the other fairway, and I was still on the green in regulation.
Right, you could do that.
Yeah. Like
it's doable.
On a hole like that, you might as well pull out driver. But if you go left,
we're not good golfers. We're not good golfers, so we're very good at like scrambling. Like I know that like when I'm like way right, like for some reason I always make it back like towards the green, and usually play the hole pretty well.
Well, yeah, I mean the first hole, somebody always ends up on the first hole. You always end up on the 17th fairway and just end up playing the hole up the 17th fairway.
or it's always annoying because like we're always in like the cart together and we have to drive one person's in the fairway, one person's in the 17th fairway, and you have to drive. Yeah, and you have to drive all the way over to the rough over there, find the ball, and then drive all the way back, like through the trees and everything like that, like back every single time. Like
that's one of my biggest pet peeves in golf, and it's not even only when I hit the ball in the middle of in the actual fairway and somebody does that, but like also when I'm in the fairway and somebody hits it in like right down the middle. It's such a pain. That's the pain about like driving a cart.
And when you're walking, sometimes you feel like you're just like not playing with the other person.
Oh,
like
you're not playing.
Like sometimes when like you, me, and our other friend Trevor are playing, like, and we're all walking, like he hits the ball like completely different like spot from where we are, and we're like, all right, Trev, we'll see you in like 2 holes.
Yeah. Exactly. And like okay, you take the car, I'll meet you at the green. Like that's okay.
So we have our DFS picks for the Hero World Challenge. Once again, Golficity picks. The Golficity Premium picks on their website. It's $8 a month. They stay winning, even though we didn't have a tournament this past week. You might as well make some money. Like I don't know why you wouldn't want to make some money. I mean, it's $8. That's
especially this week. It's like 20-man field. Like
yeah,
you can get a good field out.
I think I
Group
I might enter. I think I'm gonna enter this week.
Mm-hmm.
But I enter every week because I'm not a fraud, right? But yeah, let's get into those. We have our DFS picks this week. We've been pretty solid, honestly, to date with our picks. All of us have come up with a great number of picks. Like last time, me and Trevor both had like 2 guys in the top 10 each. Trevor's actually not here for this segment. We recorded on Sunday because we're all really busy with finals right now, and so he has something. But we'll relay you his picks so you can make some money. So where do we want to start? At this week's the Hero World Challenge, obviously.
Yeah, short field, 20 men, I believe.
20 men, no cut. So this week, none of our players will be getting cut.
Yeah, so we're gonna go with 2 picks each instead of the customary 3, and we just decided that like any salary.
Right. And then while you're listening to this, there will, by the time you're listening to this, there will be a graphic up on our Instagram page with a lineup that we're going to be going with this week. That's something we're going to be starting. So head on over to the Pin High Pod on Instagram to check that out. So Albany Golf Course in the Bahamas. A lot of bunkers. It's going to be windy. It's going to be coastal golf. And wide fairways. It's one of those tournaments where it's hard to predict because putting's the most important part of it. It's just that's what it's going to come down to because this course favors both the long hitters and the short hitters. It doesn't really matter. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to a putting contest.
And also, just like the short field, I think everybody 1 through 20 has a shot of winning. So it makes it extra tough.
Some of the best golfers out there, pretty much all of the best, including Chez Reavie.
Our favorite.
So first off, I guess we're just gonna relay Trev's picks.
Yeah, you take the first one.
Yeah. So Justin Rose, 7,200. He finished T3 here last year. He's been solid all year, and he's the number 1 in the field in driving accuracy. So it's actually good value too.
Solid pick. Yeah,
that's good value.
7,200 for Justin Rose, who's like one of the top golfers.
That's really good. That's really good.
Whichever. He also has Tony Finau at 6,500. Tony finished second last year, and is obviously always near the top in driving distance. And also, he's getting ready to play in the President's Cup last week. His form hasn't been great, so he actually has something to prove this week.
Right. So I guess I'll start with my first one. I'm going with Webb Simpson. He's 8,800 for salary. He's a great putter. Like I said, that this week's going to come down to putting. He's incredibly accurate off the tee, and he's coming off a second place finish at the RSM Classic. He's one of 3 players in the field that's actually played in the RSM Classic, and the other 2 got cut. It was Kevin Kisner and somebody else, blanking on it. But Webb Simpson, pretty good values. He's near the top. But for being the best putter in the field, besides Jordan Spieth, his tee to green's great, and I feel like he's gonna at least put up like a top 5 this week.
Right, definitely. So I'll go with my first pick too. I'm going to go with Xander Schauffele at 9,800. He finished T8 last year in his debut in this tournament. His first time he played it. And he usually starts off this beginning of the season pretty hot, and it's kind of hasn't really been a change this year. He finished second in the HSBC, losing in the playoff to Rory. And he finished T10 at the Zozo. So he's a consistent all-around player. Doesn't really have a strength in anything. He's just good at everything. And I think he could definitely put in a top 5 and potentially even win the tournament this week.
Yeah, I was looking at Xander as well. That's definitely a good one. For my second one, we make money. That's what it's all about. But sometimes that means you have to pick players you don't like. You make picks with your heart and you lose. You make picks with your brain and you win. I'm going with Patrick Reed at 6,900 for his salary. I mean, he's ranking third in save percentage over his past 12 rounds, and there's so many bunkers at Albany golf course. He's also has really solid course history here. He's ranking top 3 in strokes gained total, with a couple of top 5 finishes and a runner-up since being held at the Albany. Since this was held at the Albany back in like 2015. I mean, 6,900 is pretty good value for a guy that looks like he's gonna have a pretty good week. He also has really good history in non-cut tournaments, like the Tour Championship. I think he came T10, and he won a tournament also as well at the Northern Trust this year. As much as I hate to bet on Patrick Reed here, it's one.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
One excuse to bet to root for him. I guess it's not going to be many times.
I mean, you got to start this week because next week you're going to be rooting for him. So might as well start early.
Why? Oh, President's Cup. Yeah, I guess. I'm kind of all in on that though. I'm kind of all in on Patrick Reed, Captain America. Everybody loves it.
I can see it.
I mean, like, he's one of those guys. Like, I feel like it's a lot more in basketball that you like. There's somebody on the other team or something that you hate, but like if they were on your team, you might actually like them. So I think Patrick Reed's one of those guys for golf.
Maybe. All right, so I'm gonna go with my pick, and don't hate on me here, but I'm going with our guy Chez Reavie, mainly because his salary this week is $6,000, which is literally the lowest salary in the field, and he's like a solid golfer. I mean, he was really good all 2019. He almost got himself a spot on the President's Cup team, which, like, if he said that at the beginning of the season that he would have been that close to a spot on the President's Cup team, he would have said I was crazy. So at the lowest salary in the field, like, this is just one of those tournaments where everybody has a chance, and just taking the value, and like maybe you could put him in at the end of your lineup if you want to take 3 guys of high salaries or something like that. I see a lot of value of Chez Reavie, and I think he's a really good filler in your lineup, and he might surprise this week and maybe even finish top 5, top 10. So, I mean, I'm just going off of that.
He's sneaky.
Exactly. And also, I feel like he has something to prove because he didn't make the President's Cup, and I think he's going to be playing with a little bit of extra anger this week. And he was also not in this field to begin with. He's the replacement for Dustin Johnson, so I think he's got a lot more to play for this week than others.
And just an honorable mention, Jordan Spieth. I feel like he's not valued that high, or there's good value on him because he does have a good track record here. Last year, what was he, T3 here?
I believe so.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's the best putter in the field. And like I said, this course is going to come down to putting. I feel like it's worth a flyer. I feel like that not many people will be picking him. Maybe they will for that putting reason. But I'd say a majority of like DFS players are not as educated on like the course when they're putting out lineups. So I feel like Jordan Spieth could definitely be somebody that everybody's sleeping on because of how bad his past year has been.
Yeah, I mean, good bunker player, good putter. He has one here in the past. I mean, it was a while ago, but he has one here in the past. And he did finish T3 last year, so maybe this could be the tournament that brings him back. Who knows? I mean, it would definitely be worth taking at 6,600. That's one of the lowest salaries in the field. So, I mean, why not?
All right, and for the rest of our picks, head on over to the Pin High Pod on Instagram. We're gonna start keeping track of like how we're doing each week, what we're profiting. And so far, I would bet we're doing great. So keep taking our picks.
We have to have in the past 3 weeks like 4 guys in the top 5s.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. So, and as well as on the Golficity website, you can look at their picks for just $8 a month. And, take our picks, keep taking our picks, keep making money. Let's move on to the par 3 segment. All right, so we're moving on to the par 3 segment. this week. It's a little bit of a twist on it. So we always do a snake draft. I feel like we mention that every single episode. But this time we're gonna be doing like a 3-club challenge, and we might actually do this video when we get back home on like the short course over in Connecticut at home. We're gonna be doing a draft of clubs that you can use for the whole entire round, and once a club is taken by somebody, you cannot take that club anymore.
So pretty much you have like a bag of clubs, and once that club is taken, it is out of play. Like that person has it.
Yes, so you only have 3 clubs to play with this entire round.
I think we should go. Trevor's last because
Trevor's
he's
definitely last.
The lowest handicap.
We could just throw it up. Either of us.
I feel like I have like a slightly better, but it's like not much better than you. But I don't know. I feel like it's like 0.5 better.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't matter. I'll go first.
Okay, so I'll go second.
Okay, this is one that you have to really think about this one. So
because you have to be putting. You have to be putting with a club.
One of the clubs. Yeah. So I'm gonna take an 8-iron. It's like a 150 club. I could chip with that. I could hit that on pretty much all the par 3s unless they're like really long. And like I could, and I could like if I really need to, I could like thin it and try to get there. Or
you're that good that you can just thin a club.
Well, I mean, I could just like top a ball and like hit a I don't know. I feel like I could thin it.
You can try. You can try.
I could definitely try to. I feel like
really hard. Maybe it'll go that far.
I thinned it a lot, so I mean, it definitely could be thinned.
You are pretty good at thinning the 8-iron. No, the 9-iron.
9-iron.
You're good at thinning the 9-iron on the 3rd hole.
I hate that hole, but I feel like I could thin the 8-iron. I could definitely chip with it. Like, I'm actually not bad at chipping with those types of clubs.
All right, little punch and run with the 8-iron.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like that's a versatile club. It's kind of my 8-iron is like you know how people say the 7-iron's like the easiest club in the bag to hit. I would say that the 8-iron's like my reliable. So that's why I'm gonna go with that club.
I think I'm just gonna take it off the board. Gonna go with. Let me go over a last second check in my head. I'm gonna go with the 3 hybrid. I feel like I can change my distance on that like a lot, and I have a lot of control with it. I can hit it like 200 or over a little bit, or I could also choke up and take something off of it and hit it like 160 or something like that.
Just like tee it up really high and just hit it really high.
Yeah.
You can
and I can putt with it as well.
Yeah, you can putt with it too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The putting.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's gonna be my first choice.
All right, I'm gonna go with a 3-iron. Cause that's probably one of my favorite clubs in my bag. So and I can hit it off the tee. Pretty much, I can hit it off the tee any like most any hole in a regular golf course too. So I think if I use that, I can basically use that as my like driver.
Mm.
And then I can also maybe putt with that too. Cause it's like the angle is really low. But I'll go with my next club would be my 60-degree wedge or my lob wedge. Because one I can, when I was really young, the pro at my club taught me how to putt with my wedge to putt better with my putter. So I can putt with my, I can putt with my at the bottom, the blade part of the wedge. I can putt with that, and I'll be able to chip if I need to, if I'm in the bunker or anything like that. So I'll take those 2 as my first 2 picks.
So I'm not gonna go with a putter. I feel like none of us will end up going with a putter because I don't think it's that important.
Yeah, probably not.
Putting's important.
I'm not good at putting, so like probably not.
I feel like I can do the job, and we're basing this off of this like short little, like 9-hole course. So it's not like we need driver. So none of us are gonna pick driver. But if like it was a bigger course, then we would. But I think for my second one, I'm gonna go with something I can chip with, but also hit it decently far. So I feel like I'll go with either the 7 or the 9. I'm gonna go with the 9.
That's a good
shorter one.
That's what I was gonna do.
I mean, that's what my 8 is.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 9.
All right, so that means I'm up, and I got 2 picks. Okay, So first one, I'm definitely gonna go with like a 4-iron. Pretty much the same reason for like Trev. Like I could pretty much hit that almost every tee if I need to, and like make it to the greens and stuff like that. So, and it's like pretty reliable. So definitely take a 4-iron. And also I could use that club to like when I hit it all the way to the right, I could just like chip it out of like
punch out of the woods.
punch out of the woods. So
that's true.
You got to think about your own golf game too. So that's good for that. And then I guess see it's tough with 3 clubs because.
So what have you picked?
I need one to putt with now. So I picked a 8-iron and a 4-iron.
Okay.
So now I need a club that I could putt with.
Right.
Which would probably just be, based on what I have in my bag, probably like a 4 hybrid. Just because like Trev picked 3 hybrid, so I'm like really good at.
Pick 3 hybrid, but yeah, sure.
Or you picked 3 hybrid. I'm really good at like chipping around the green with hybrids. You might see that in the video.
I mean, yeah.
Like
saw that on our social
it wasn't
media.
The best one, but like I'm pretty. Like it's better than when I actually chip it. So like, and like I guess that could relate to putting too. I should be able to putt with that. So, and also if I want to, I could hit it off the tee. But
yeah.
I feel like that's good for like being around the greens. I'm definitely will have trouble if I end up in like a bunker or like a weird distance. But
8 out of the bunker.
Yeah, I will have like a very like flat 8-iron out of a bunker or something.
If you have to like a flop shot kind of thing, you're kind of
8-iron. I might be able to figure that out, but probably not. But I'm pretty like distance wise, I could hit with the 4 and the 8. I could hit like most distances, I think. It's just that like 50-yard range is gonna be a little tough, but is what it is.
I'm deep in thought over here. So my 3 hybrid I can putt with, and I can get anything from like 160 if I like choke up a ton and like I think that's the shortest distance I could hit it while still being accurate, and then till the highest distance. So I think I'm gonna go with a 7-iron because I don't hit a 7-iron very far, and
what do you have?
8-iron taken.
That was definitely the club Trev was gonna take.
So I'm taking 7-iron.
Trev doesn't have 7. Trev doesn't have 7, 8, or 9 right now to pick, so he doesn't know.
There's just to be a huge gap between.
Right now he's got a wedge and a 3.
Yeah.
So I took a 7. I was gonna take a 7. So basically, I have a hybrid to go long and like 160 and like to like 220 distances or whatever, even if there is even 220 on that course. Yeah, there is. There's a few. And then. That also is a putter. 9-iron to chip. That's not ideal, but like it's fine. And 7-iron for those in between distances. Yeah.
I just realized there's a 1 par 3 that's like really high and like really short. It's probably about how much? Like 130 yards. Would you say? It's like really high.
Yeah.
It's like a 60. I use like a 60-degree wedge on that hole. I have no idea what club I would hit.
You just punch it down.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's the problem with none of you guys have wedges at all.
Yeah, I know.
9-iron's fine.
I'm confident without the wedge.
9-iron's fine, I think. But I think what wedges like when we get around the greens, you guys are gonna have.
I'm confident like on the side of the greens. I'm just not confident like.
What if you're like 20 yards?
Yeah, 50 to
20 yards in the rough.
I mean, I'm
with a 9-iron.
I'm just gonna be able to punch it. I'm just gonna punch it or like hit it with that hybrid. It probably will turn out okay.
Yeah, but what do you have?
All right, we'll see. Me?
60-degree wedge.
I have a 6-degree wedge.
I know, but what do you have? Like, what are your clubs right now?
Let's see what his third club.
Well, I have 3-iron, 6-degree wedge, and I'm choosing pitching wedge as my last one, because there's no reason for me to have a 6-iron because I'll hit the.
I think you're gonna run into some trouble as well.
You're gonna struggle on the par 3s.
But how long are these par 3s?
Dude, if I use my pitching wedge, I would hit it like.
One.
Yeah.
There's a really short one that you could hit, which is like 130, but the rest of them are all like in the 150 to like 170 range, I think.
I don't know.
That's all my like. I can hit a soft like 3-iron. I could try to do that, but I really do think around the greens for you guys it's gonna be a real problem.
Around the greens is already a problem, so like
we'll see in the video.
Yeah.
I feel like that'll be actually a very interesting video.
No, I want to do this.
Stay tuned for that. What's our YouTube channel?
even with the
what's our YouTube channel?
Podcast, I think.
The Pin High Podcast. Yeah. Stay tuned for that. I feel like we'll be uploading. We'll be uploading the most recent one soon, but somewhere in the December, early like mid-December range, we'll probably be posting that video. I don't know. I think I have a decent shot because Trevor kind of put himself in a hole. You don't understand how short like this par 3 is.
Yeah, I essentially
did a flop shot from the tee box, and it was still long.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Why would I be in trouble because of that? Because I have a 6-degree wedge.
No, yeah, he'd be fine on that hole. I'm talking about the other par 3s. Like there's some par 3s where Trev's not gonna have a club. Like he's gonna have to like or hit it really like high or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I think I'm not worried at all.
Wouldn't be worried either.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure.
But how good are you at putting with your wedge? Just wondering.
Well, what's like, I don't know how I can't really like this. It's hard to describe.
I'm gonna hold my hybrid like a hockey stick and like putt like Happy Gilmore.
Oh, how much worse do you think you are with that than with your regular putter?
What? Oh yeah, Trev.
I could probably 2-putt most holes in that wedge.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, we 3-putt with our actual putters. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll probably 3 because those greens at Silvermine are stupid. So I'll probably end up 3-putting like it'll probably be like 50-50 3-putt or 2-putt. That's probably.
We're gonna be doing this. We're gonna be walking around with 3 clubs each on this like course, and like some old guy's gonna like come around and be like, what are these kids doing? Like, what are they doing right now?
Yeah, we're gonna have to get over that.
Like he's gonna roll up in like a cart and be like, where's your bags?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be okay. I'm not. I mean, it'll be December in Silvermine, Connecticut. So.
I just think it's gonna be funny.
Yeah. It'll be a fun time when we do that.
Anyway, if you guys have any suggestions for the Part 3 segment, either DM us at the Pin High Pod on Instagram or Twitter, or in the Facebook group. Or I know a lot of you have been posting your comments about the show in Frank and Mike's like premium picks Facebook group or something along those lines. So give us some suggestions in there of stuff you'd like to hear us do a Part 3 segment about. Other than that, do we have anything else we want to cover?
I don't think so. I think we're good for this week.
I think so. So we'll see you next week. I think is next week our President's Cup episode.
It is.
Stay tuned for that. But until next week, we'll see you.